What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, WWE News and Rumors. It is Friday, July 12th, 2013. The perfect way to start off your weekend for your WWE News and Rumors, thoughts, opinions, all that is right here. This is the best channel on YouTube for all your WWE needs. Now, if you guys don't know, Facebook, Twitter, in the links down below. JD is all over social media. Go ahead and follow him on Facebook and Twitter. If you guys are not subscribed and if you're newcomers to this channel, hit that subscribe button. I have been watching WWE for 25 years. I know the company inside and out as if I should be working for the company. So you guys want to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date every week on WWE News and Rumors. Now, we're going to start off this week with the biggest topic in wrestling today, this week, okay? The Wyatt family. Now, you got Bray Wyatt, you got Eric Rowan, and you got Luke Harper, right? They debuted on Monday Night Raw. They took out Kane. Everyone has been talking about the Wyatt family. I even seen today, if you guys are fans of WrestleZone.com, I'm a huge fan of that website. I'm a huge fan of Justin LaBar. He's got his own show on there with a bunch of guys called Share Shot Reality. He was there with one of his colleagues, Brian Ghoulish. I follow them both on Twitter. They had a very heated argument. I know it was a friendly argument, but it got really hot and heavy between the two about whether the Wyatt family debut was a success or a flop. Now, the Wyatt family was trending on Twitter before they even hit the stage on Monday Night Raw. All right, WWE officials were happy with the way that they debuted on Monday Night Raw, even though they debuted in a segment that normally gets bad ratings, right? They debuted around that 10:30 hour, right before that. No word yet on WWE's response to the crowd reaction, but it's worth noting that they did not edit out the Husky Harris chants when posting the debut on YouTube and WWE.com. That was the one thing that I did not like about the segment. Now, a few people, said, don't censor the crowd. The WWE crowd can do whatever they want. I'm not saying the WWE crowd has to be censored. I just don't like the fact that they have to bring up Husky Harris. Husky Harris was a name that WWE Creative gave this guy, in a developmental, scenario in NXT. When NXT was complete shit. That was one of the worst names I think I've ever heard when I first heard it. Now he's back as Bray Wyatt, and you get the Baltimore Marks, just chanting Husky Harris like they, they're the end all be all of crowds and giving reactions. I don't like that. These smart fans. I'm a smart fan, but I got some fucking common sense. But Justin LaBar and Brian Ghoulish today were talking about this, and LaBar loved the segment. I agree with him. I love the segment. I love how they debuted. I love the video packages. Everything about the Wyatt family before they debuted on television was perfect. The hype was so high. I've never seen hype for a group of characters coming into the WWE in such a long time. Now, Brian Ghoulish agreed with that, but he said the debut itself, the attack on Kane, could have been a little bit more dynamic, that it fell flat. And now they have to kind of reestablish themselves again because the crowd wasn't into it. The attack on Kane was very flat, very stale. They really didn't do anything special. But, I look at it this way, and Justin LaBar said it best. You're going to have these guys come out. You're going to have them attack Kane. Kane was stretchered out. You're going to leave the fans in the crowd wanting more. Like, what are these guys going to do next? Who is Kane's replacement in Money in the Bank now? Kane is not in the Money in the Bank ladder match for Monday Night Raw anymore. He's out. He's not going to be competing for that briefcase. Who is going to replace Kane now that Bray Wyatt and his goons took him out? These are all questions that obviously we're going to tune in to find out. This is the best thing about WWE TV when bringing in new stars and hyping them up so much. What are they going to do next? I loved it. I think Bray Wyatt's going to be a major star in the WWE. Championship material. I'm talking about WWE Championship material. This is the kind of character that spells WWE Champion. Can you imagine him with that gimmick? Just taking over the WWE? It's fucking epic. Epic. The immediate speculation with the Wyatts is that they're gearing up for a Summerslam match against Kane and The Undertaker. Now, obviously, when Kane was stretched away, the first thing on everyone's mind was The Undertaker. Kane's going to come back, get his brother, The Undertaker, to take out the Wyatts. Now, Figure4WrestlingOnline.com reports that The Undertaker may not be ready for SummerSlam as he is hurt again. Apparently, The Undertaker injured himself in his most recent WWE TV angle with The Shield a few months ago. For what it's worth, WWE's goal with the Wyatt family is said to be turning them babyface, but that likely won't happen for a very long time. First of all, WWE should not be even thinking about turning the Wyatts babyface. That doesn't even make any fucking sense right now, so I'm going to immediately scrap that news article and throw it in the trash. I don't even want to hear it. As for The Undertaker and SummerSlam against the Wyatts, epic. That would be an epic fucking tag team match. Or even fucking Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker at SummerSlam. I don't care. Undertaker has to be at SummerSlam. I don't believe these reports that he's hurt. Because I heard reports from himself saying that he was in good health, he was in good shape. If The Undertaker's not at SummerSlam, we're going to wait towards we get closer to SummerSlam to find out if he's really going to be there or not. Because right now I don't believe these speculations and these rumors and these websites. I just don't. If The Undertaker's going to be at SummerSlam, it's going to better the event, plain and simple. And to have them, Kane and The Undertaker, two legends, go against the Wyatt family, and then you got The Shield, going against whoever for the tag team wrestling folks back at SummerSlam. It's going to be great. Hope it happens. Figure4online.com again reports that the word going around WWE on Tuesday was that Kane would be pulled from the Money in the Bank ladder match on Sunday, which today we found out he is not going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, there was possibilities going around that he would be replaced by Bray Wyatt. This would sell the attack from the Wyatt family on Raw and keep the feud going. There has been no announcement at this week's SmackDown taping, so we'll see what happens this week. WWE.com has provided an update as of Thursday today, as their story is going about Kane's storyline injury. Their update now states that Kane is doubtful for this Sunday's pay-per-view, which today, again, I read this afternoon, he's not in the match. It's not doubtful. He is definitely not in the match. He will not be at the pay-per-view. As noted this week as well on WWE.com, Kane may be pulled from the match and replaced by Bray Wyatt. That was another report. Bray Wyatt should not be in this match. It's too soon. He should not be going for any championship gold at the moment. I don't know who they're going to replace him with, but it should not be Bray Wyatt. It is speculated that Nikki Bella is injured, and word now is that she is suffering from a stress fracture of her shin. The injury likely took place in late June. Figured I'd throw that out there. Nikki Bella has been injured, and she is dating John Cena. So, if, like I said in a couple of weeks back on News and Rumors, Daniel Bryan versus John Cena, if it happens at SummerSlam, possibly will involve the Bella twins, because both Bryan and Cena are dating both of the Bella twins. Lucky them. We've noted before here on WWE News and Rumors that the McMahon family will play a key role in the WrestleMania 30 main event next year. As of now, the WrestleMania main event will be one of those deals where the winner gets control of the WWE. Vince McMahon reportedly would not be wrestling, but would have a superstar he would manage in his place. Triple H will likely be wrestling. Right now, the plan is for Stephanie McMahon to be featured in the storyline through SummerSlam, but her presence will be toned down after SummerSlam, so the focus is just on Vince and Triple H. Now, you want to know my thoughts on this? If it's going to be Triple H and Vince McMahon feuding for control of the WWE, if Triple H is going to get back in the ring at WrestleMania 30, and Vince McMahon wants that one superstar to take on Triple H for control of the company, no doubt about it, HBK. Bring him out of retirement. WrestleMania 30 is going to be the biggest event ever for wrestling. Ever. Triple H versus HBK. Plain and simple. There's nobody else that's going to work in that role. People said The Rock, it's not going to work. Rock is probably going to be fighting Lesnar. Cena, Undertaker, Bryan, and I don't know who else. Punk Austin. I told you guys this already. That is my WrestleMania. That is my WrestleMania. And I have reports on Steve Austin later in this show. You know, HBK makes the most sense. I don't want to see anybody else in that spot but HBK. WWE officials are getting close to picking a location for the 2015 and 2016 WrestleMania events. One of the frontrunners is the new Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, which opens for the San Francisco 49ers in 2014 and is also hosting the 2016 Super Bowl. If Levi's Stadium is picked, the Hall of Fame and Raw would take place from the HP Pavilion in San Jose. There's also said to be a major northeastern location in the running, which I found out today would probably be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now, if that happens, I might have to make my way over to Wrestlemania because Philadelphia is not too far from here. I used to live in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Philadelphia was only 45 minutes away. So JD may have to make his way over to Wrestlemania if it's definitely coming back to the East Coast. The Usos versus Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns for the tag team titles was moved to the Money in the Bank pre-show because of time constraints, since the latter matches that night have to go long. There are some people within WWE that are very upset about the Shield being put on the pre-show. Well, no shit. The Shield does not belong in the pre-show. But I understand that you want your main attraction to be the Money in the Bank ladder matches, and that those matches have to go at least 45 minutes, 30 minutes to 45 minutes each. And then you got Mark Henry versus John Cena, which is going to go 20 minutes, But it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. I don't like seeing the Shield, delegated to pre-show, because they're definitely a main event. But hopefully this is the only time that we see the Shield on pre-show, and that's it. And the Shield is going to retain the tag team titles. There's no way the Usos are taking the tag team titles. There's plans for the Shield going into SummerSlam with those tag straps, so, look for the Shield to retain that. That's a no-brainer there. A little fun fact here, I heard that this week that WWE is once again having talks of turning Layla heel and turning on Caitlyn. Layla was supposed to turn heel months ago, but the idea was nixed after the first few segments had already aired. I don't really care about that. I figured I'd just throw that in this. I figured I'd throw that in this news and rumors just so you guys know, but I really don't care about the Divas other than AJ Lee. Monday's episode for Monday Night Raw did a 3.08 cable rating, up from 6.6% last week's. That was 2.89 rating last week. Last week's show had 3.79 million viewers during the 8 p.m. hour, 4.3 during the 9 p.m. hour, and 4.4 during the 10 o'clock hour, that final hour. WWE officials are expecting the fans in Philadelphia at Money in the Bank's pay-per-view on Sunday to treat Rob Van Dam like how fans in Chicago treated CM Punk. Well, that's a no-brainer. Obviously, Philadelphia is synonymous with ECW. Rob Van Dam was the centerpiece of ECW, so it makes sense that Philadelphia is going to treat him like the biggest wrestler in the world that night. So I can't wait to see it. It's going to be something to see, definitely. The Wyatt Family will be working a 6-man tag team match this year at SummerSlam. Now, after I just had stated that there was speculation from the online reports and online sources that Kane and The Undertaker, the Brothers of Destruction, will be teaming up at SummerSlam to go against the Wyatt Family, there was news reports this week that the Wyatt Family will now be working a 6-man tag team match at this year's SummerSlam, likely involving Kane and 2 partners to be determined. Now, The Undertaker could still be one of those partners. I just don't know who would make sense in teaming with Kane to go against the Wyatt Family. It doesn't make any sense. The only one that makes sense is The Undertaker. So I don't know how they're going to work this into the angle. We're going to have to find out and see what happens on TV. But I have reported in the last few weeks that the WWE wanted to do the Shield versus Kane and The Undertaker at SummerSlam. But word now is that Taker re-injured himself. And, all these reports are the same. Like I said, I don't believe these reports until I see it with my own eyes. Taker said he was healthy and he was good, right? And that he went back for a minor surgery to remove some bone spurs, but that was nothing. I don't understand these reports saying The Undertaker is injured. If The Undertaker was injured, he would have said he's injured. He was on radio not too long ago saying that he's going to continue doing WrestleMania because he feels good. And that he owes it to Vince McMahon. He feels like he owes something to Vince McMahon. So obviously, if he wants to continue wrestling at WrestleMania, he's not that badly injured. So I don't understand what all these reports are with SummerSlam and The Undertaker being hurt. But people saying that he re-injured himself on TV earlier this year when the Shield put him through the announce table in London, England. Taker could be out of action until WrestleMania 30. Regarding Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns defending at SummerSlam, it could be against the team of Randy Orton and Sheamus, or the team of Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger. I've noted here before that Dean Ambrose will likely defend the United States Championship against Christian at SummerSlam. That's going to be a good match. I would rather see Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns go against Randy Orton and Sheamus for the Tag Team Championships. Reason being is because I read reports not too long ago that if Randy Orton and Sheamus team up at SummerSlam against The Shield, that would be the day Randy Orton turns heel and turns on Sheamus. So we have to find out. SummerSlam is all up in the air right now. WWE has the possibility and the likelihood of making this one of the best SummerSlams ever. They just have to fill in the pieces where they belong. I don't want any question marks. I don't want any fucking, matches thrown together just for the sake of it. They need to make sense. And hopefully WWE has a vision and a plan going into SummerSlam this year. Stone Cold Steve Austin news. He was asked on the radio this week if he was healthy enough to get back in the ring at WrestleMania 30. This is what he said. "Oh, I'm healthy enough. My knees are coming around just fine. It's better than it's ever been because I've been doing my due diligence on my rehab. I've got two new ligaments. Everything else is pain-free. I'm still in shape, been working out harder than I've ever worked out before, but here's the deal. When you're going to try to commit to doing a WrestleMania, especially WrestleMania 30, you're looking at it at least 2 to 3 months of commitment, if not 4. So you know what you're talking about. You're talking about everything else, and just doing the WWE. Everything else is off the table. He can still do his podcast and take everything else off the table and focus specifically on wrestling. But to do that, he would want to do it the Stone Cold Steve Austin way and do it at 120%. Because to go out there and perform at 85 to 90% because you didn't prep enough would be a mistake. That would be bogus, he said. That would be BS. That would be letting the crowd down. And that would be representing the Stone Cold Steve Austin that I know and love to a degree that is not acceptable. So once you throw a legitimate, real deal offer down on the table and say, let's talk, then we'll talk. All I got to say about this is this. Vince, give Austin the money that he wants, give him Punk, and give us WrestleMania 30. That is all I want. Thank you very much. The current plan is for Dolph Ziggler versus Big E Langston at SummerSlam. At one point, WWE wanted to do Big E versus Mark Henry. Now, I could see this happening, Ziggler versus Langston. Obviously, Ziggler would be the World Heavyweight Champion. I fully expect him to take the World Heavyweight Championship back from Alberto Del Rio before SummerSlam. Ryback is expected to go over Chris Jericho at Money in the Bank this Sunday, which would be Ryback's first pay-per-view win in almost a year. It is likely that Vicky Guerrero starts working as Ryback's manager and mouthpiece pretty soon. I like that team. I think Vicky Guerrero can make Ryback into a even better heel. Ryback definitely needs a mouthpiece because he's not there with the mic just yet. He sounds very forced. Even though he shows signs of decent mic work, Vicky Guerrero can gravitate. She's got so much heat gravitating towards her from the fans in the crowd that it's going to do Ryback very well. So I look forward to that. And like I said, Ryback is going to go over Chris Jericho. I know Chris Jericho has been wanting to put Ryback over. This is dating back to before WrestleMania. So expect Ryback to get a win over Chris Jericho at Money in the Bank. Little TNA news, Matt Morgan, 6 years, TNA, no longer. He's gone from TNA Wrestling. He wanted his release from the organization on Tuesday, and he was granted that release. He requested his release from the company 1 month ago, which was well known amongst his colleagues. Morgan was excluded from the annual Bound for Glory series and had only appeared on television once in the last month, losing a 4-way Bound for Glory series qualifying match to Magnus on the June 13th episode of Impact Wrestling. Matt Morgan will be on his way to WWE. That's all I have to say about that. I know WWE was interested in Matt Morgan before he signed his contract extension with TNA. Now he wants his release. He will definitely be coming over to the WWE, so expect that within the year. I guarantee that. And finally, guys, Randy Orton got a divorce from his wife, Samantha. Now, this is an interesting fucking story. They were married back in 2007, but separated back in 2012. A divorce order was signed last month. His wife Samantha filed for divorce back in March of this year, claiming their marriage was irretrievably broken. Both Orton and Samantha have come to a separation agreement. According to documents, Orton will get to keep his 2012 Range Rover, his 2011 Bentley, and his 2009 Harley Davidson. Samantha will get to keep the 2013 Infiniti. That's a lot of fucking vehicles that Orton has, so obviously he's making money. Right? Orton also gets to keep his several six-figure bank accounts, his gun and his jewelry collections, plus one house. All right? Orton also gets to keep 100% of all rights, title, and interest in his WWE contract. According to the same documents, Orton brings in $291,000 per month from the WWE. Samantha will get to keep a bank account worth $654,000, one house, and her jewelry collection, which includes her $99,000 engagement ring and wedding ring. Samantha will receive sole legal and physical custody of their daughter, but Orton will get visitation rights. Orton has agreed to pay $4,500 per month in child support. Now, this is an interesting story. I'm going to end here. Randy Orton is making $291,000 per month. This was all uncovered and leaked out into the public by TMZ. Okay? Randy Orton is making $291,000 per month. Now, there's rumors going around amongst the WWE locker room that everyone is incredibly fucking pissed about these figures being released because nobody knows what, each guy's making. Punk just signed a new contract. His contract's up at the end of the year, I believe. He's going to be in talks again for renegotiation. Obviously, if Orton is making close to $300,000 per month, Punk, who is the one guy on WWE TV that has been carrying this company on his back 400 plus days as champion, did everything for this company, gave his blood, his sweat, his tears to this company for the last year and a half to 2 years. What do you think he's going to be demanding? Punk is worth every fucking penny. If you're paying Orton that much money, Punk is worth even more. So imagine when Punk sits down for his contract and looks Vince McMahon in the eyes. What's going to happen there? Is Vince going to say no to Punk? Because Punk will walk away. Punk will walk away. He's that kind of fucking guy. But what do you think Punk's going to be making? He's going to be making easy $350,000 to $400,000 if that's the case. If Orton is making $300,000, it's not fair. So TMZ reported that. Everyone's fucking pissed that information's leaked. WWE ain't happy. Orton's not happy. The guys in the back are not happy. There's going to be some major problems when contracts need to be renegotiated, definitely. But that is the news and rumors, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Ton of news on the Wyatt family. I had that nice little piece on Steve Austin. Matt Morgan is no longer with TNA. You got those rumored matches for SummerSlam coming up in August. Quick predictions on Money in the Bank. I'm expecting Daniel Bryan to walk away with the WWE Championship briefcase. I'm fully expecting Damian Sandow to win that Money in the Bank briefcase for SmackDown. I expect John Cena to retain the WWE Championship, even though I want to see Mark Henry get that piece of that gold around his waist, but that's not going to happen. I fully expect John Cena to win that. The Shield is going to retain the Tag Team Championships against the Usos. Curtis Axel will retain the IC strap against The Miz. Obviously, I just told you, Ryback is going to go over Chris Jericho, and AJ Lee will retain the Women's Championship against Caitlyn at Money in the Bank in Philadelphia. So I'll see you guys on Sunday for the Money in the Bank review and results right here on my channel. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to JD from New York. WWE News and Rumors, guys, this week. I'll be back on Sunday with Money in the Bank. I'll talk to you guys later.